Namaskar and welcome everyone in today's News for Hearing Impaired. I am Kiranja and with me is Sonia. Let's begin with headlines. Domestic flight operations to commence tomorrow. Maharashtra, West Bengal and Tamil Nadu government proposes the deferment of the flights till 31st of May and other states announce quarantine norms for returnees. India to restrain the restart international passenger flights before August. Railways to ferry 35 lakh more migrants workers to their homes within the next 10 days. Transport more than 46 lakh migrants labourers so far. Bookings commence for 100 pairs of special trains to be run starting June 1st. Only 10 out of 200 trains booked to its full capacity, while 190 trains still have vacant seats. Relief and rescue operations continue in cyclone-affected West Bengal and Odisha. 10 additional NDRF teams reached the West Bengal, taking a total deployment to 36 teams across 6 districts. India continues to battle against COVID-19. Active cases reached 69,597, while 51,783 recoveries registered. However, fatalities stand at 33,720. Fight against COVID-19 continues across the globe and more than 52 lakh infected with the deadly virus. Death toll breaches 3,38,000 mark and Brazil is the second most affected nation after US. China declares no new case for the first time. Eid Fitra to be celebrated on May 25th as moon could not be sighted on Saturday. Delhi's Jama Masjid Shahi Imam Sayyid Ahmed Bukhari urges devotees to take precautions and to maintain social distancing, stay away from shaking hands and hugging. Now the news in detail. Domestic airline operations are set to resume from airports in a graded manner from Monday. In the national capital, all flights will be operating from Terminal 3. Entry gates, self-check-in machines and check-in bags will be allocated to airlines to avoid overcrowding by air travelers at the airport. However, Maharashtra and West Bengal have deferred high operations till 31st of this month. Maharashtra state government has clarified that it has not amended its lockdown order dated May 19th and will not allow air travel till the end of the month. West Bengal and Tamil Nadu government have proposed to defer flight operations from want of facilities of quarantine for all passengers. States like Karnataka, Kerala, Punjab and Chhattisgarh have said that passengers entering to the states, even on domestic flights, will be quarantined. Meanwhile, Civil Aviation Minister Hardeep Singh Puri said airport authority and airlines companies are all set to restart international flight operations. He, however, said that flight operations will commence only after evaluation of the COVID pandemic status.
Situation eases or improves and we are in a position to make arrangements. So far, Vande Bharat has moved very well. I am confident that domestic flights, when they start on Monday, they will also proceed well. But so my answer to that question is, why August, September? Let us at least in this interaction say that we must have a more ambitious goal. Why not start by June middle or end June or July?
Considering resumption of air travel in a graded manner from tomorrow, Airports Authority of India has issued departure guidelines for special attention of the passengers. According to the departure guidelines, passenger must reach airport 2 hours before scheduled time, wear required protective gear like masks and gloves. Passenger must arrive airport via personnel and authorized vehicle. Only one check-in and one hand baggage are allowed. Elderly, pregnant ladies and kids should avoid air travel from now. Use of trolley is restricted. Compulsory walk-through screening zone for thermal screening before entering the terminal building. Social distancing markers must be respected and ensure web check-in and get a boarding pass. Information on social distancing and personal protection displayed on display boards. Posters and studies must be followed. Download the baggage tag or baggage identification number, print it and stick it on the baggage. Railways has decided to operate 2,600 more Shramik special trains in next 10 days across the country. And this initiative is expected to benefit 36 lakh migrant workers. Railways has ferried more than 46 lakh migrant laborers on board and 2,600 Shramik special trains so far.
जो हमने ट्रेनें शेड्यूल करी हैं वो करीब 2600 ट्रेनें शेड्यूल करी हैं और उसमें जो हमने ये अनुमान लगाया है कि अगले 10 दिनों में 36 लाख पैसेंजर्स को हम ट्रेवल करा पाएंगे और इसके अतिरिक्त हमने सारे राज्य सरकारों से अनुरोध किया है कि अगर उनकी राज्य की सीमा में कहीं से भी अगर उनको ट्रेन अरेंज करनी है वो हम तुरंत अरेंज कराएंगे। हम अपने सारे डिविजनल हेडक्वार्टर्स में हमने ट्रेन प्लेस कर रखी हुई है, एक तरह से रिक तैयार करके रखी है और जैसे ही हमको कोई रिक्वायरमेंट मिलती है स्टेट गवर्नमेंट अथॉरिटी से हम विद इन स्टेट भी ट्रेन चलाने को तैयारी करके रखे हुए हैं। तो ये जो रेलवे ने व्यवस्था की हुई है इसके तहत जितने भी हमारे श्रमिक भाई बहन हैं वो जहां भी हैं उनको वहां से गंतव्य स्थान पहुंचाने के लिए रेलवे ने पूरी व्यवस्था की है और ये व्यवस्था तब तक चलती रहेगी जब तक कि सारे श्रमिक भाई बहन अपने गंतव्य स्थान पे पहुंच जाएं।
Railways has also made it clear that it was charging pre-lockdown normal fares only. Further, 85% of the expense of Shramik special train is being borne by the centre and the states are only paying 15% in the form of fares. The Railways will run 100 pairs of special trains from June 1st. Booking is going on in these trains and the Railway is also monitoring it. According to Railways, only 10 out of 200 trains have been booked to its full capacity and 190 trains still have many seats available. Railways also say that more trains will be run for the route with more demand.
1 जून से 200 और ट्रेनों को चलाने का निर्णय किया है और जिसके लिए कि हमने बुकिंग ऑलरेडी शुरू कर दी है। पता चला कि जो दूसरे श्रमिक भाई हैं या और लोग हैं कुछ ऑनलाइन बुकिंग नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, सो हमने सारे विंडोज खोलने का निर्णय लिया है।
Government is bringing home Indians who are stranded on foreign shores under the mission Vande Bharat. Civil Aviation Minister Hardeep Singh Puri in a tweet said that mission Vande Bharat is a mission of hope and happiness for thousands of Indians who were stranded abroad and in distress. He informed that on May 23rd, 2,441 more people returned on 15 flights from Jakarta, Toronto, Dubai, Muscat, Abu Dhabi, Singapore, Melbourne, Sydney and Male. Priority is being given to stranded workers, pregnant women and patients. The Civil Aviation Minister said that end of May mission Vande Bharat would have brought over 50,000 Indians home. He added that government has accepted the proposed forwarded by private airlines to participate in Vande Bharat mission. Relief and rescue operations continue in cyclone-affected West Bengal and Odisha. NDRF along with State Disaster Management Force are working around the clock to restore the normal life. Meanwhile, 10 additional NDRF teams have reached West Bengal to speed up the restoration work. West Bengal government had earlier requested NDRF for deployment of additional teams. The additional teams brought the total NDRF team deployment across 6 districts of West Bengal affected by cyclone Amphan to 36 teams. And let's take a look on the latest data of COVID-19 according to the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. 69,597 active cases have been registered across the country so far. 51,783 persons have been cured and discharged, while 3,720 died due to coronavirus. Meanwhile, the global COVID-19 death toll has surpassed 3.4 lakh mark, while the number of cases from across the world crossed 53 lakh. As per the latest data, the global death toll stood 3,42,078. The US currently accounted for the highest number of coronavirus deaths in the world at 97,087, followed by the UK in the second phase with 36,757 fatalities. The other countries with over 20,000 deaths are Italy, Spain, France and Brazil. Demands of cemetery sees a spike in the Sao Paulo, the worst hit city from the coronavirus, as Brazil has become the world's second hotspots for the pandemic, overtaking even Russia and UK in terms of number of cases of infection, which reached around 3,47,400. The South America nation has been worst affected from the virus and so far confirmed more than 22,000 deaths. Brazil also has extended the restriction on the entry of foreigners for 30 days. Spain will reopen to international tourism from July. Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez also announced Spanish soccer's top flight division, La Liga, can return to action from June 8 after being disrupted by the novel coronavirus pandemic. La Liga has yet to officially confirm a date on which it will be resumed. Although its president earlier hoped to open from June 12, and PM Sanchez also said that 3 billion euros would be earmarked a year on a scheme to provide most of its poorest citizens with a minimum income. And over 28,000 deaths and over 2.34 lakh cases of infection have been diagnosed in Spain. However, the daily death toll has been steadily declining. Spain has also begun to relax one of Europe's strictest lockdowns, and with the provinces of Madrid and the Barcelona set to allow the gatherings of up to 10 people from tomorrow as they move into the first phase of a declaration. In Russia, 9,434 new cases of novel coronavirus have been reported in the last 24 hours, pushing its nationwide tally to over 3.35 lakh, while the toll of fatalities stands at 3,388. The Russian capital, Moscow, confirmed 3,190 new cases. Earlier this month, President Vladimir Putin announced gradually lifting lockdown restrictions, saying that Russia was able to slow down the epidemic and it was time for gradual reopening. Following which, there has been a visible increase in the number of people on the streets of Moscow. The vast majority of the country's region have been locked down since March 30th. Argentina has extended until June 7th a mandatory lockdown in the capital, Buenos Aires, and tightened some movement restrictions. The capital city has witnessed steady increase in the confirmed coronavirus cases in recent days. And not only in the Buenos Aires province, commercial activity in some of the city's more populated neighborhoods and access to public transportation will also be rolled back. Business earlier allowed will be shut down too. The lockdown imposed on March 20th was due to expire today. Other parts of the country, however, witnesses relaxed restrictions. Further, Argentina has a commercial flight ban until September 1, one of the world's strictest travel measures during the pandemic. The country has 11,353 cases, mostly in Buenos Aires, while the death toll stands at 445. Americans marked one of the first major holidays since the outbreak of coronavirus pandemic. U.S. beaches witnessed lighter crowds amid the Memorial Day weekend. The day will be celebrated on May 25th, but the weekend leading up to it is a symbolic of an unofficial kickstart of the summers, with Americans traditionally flocking to beaches, gathering at backyard barbecues and unfurling picnic blankets in parks. The U.S. has till now recovered over and recorded the 16,22,440 cases of infection, with the death surpassing 97,000. The Vatican museums to reopen on June 1st, ending a closure caused by the coronavirus lockdown, and which added to a drain on the Holy See's coffers. It can be visited only by making online reservations in order to control the number and flow of people. Visitors will have their temperature checked and will have to wear masks and use hand sanitizers. Staff will wear the mask and gloves, and health workers will be on hand in case of any needs. Artworks will be sanitized too, even if obviously visitors are not allowed to touch them. The pandemic has drastically slowed the flow of funds to the Vatican's coffers from the museums, which received some 7 million visitors last year and are the Holy See's most reliable source of income. Thailand began testing the mRNA vaccine against the coronavirus on monkeys after successful trials in mice. And there are 3 doses altogether, and a clearer outcome is expected in September. Concurrently, Thailand has started reserving 2 vaccine manufacturers, as more than 100 potential vaccines for COVID-19 are being developed, including several in clinical trials. Messenger's RNA prompts body cells to produce antigens, molecules on the surface of viruses that spur the immune system into action. And back home, Eid Fitra will be celebrated in most parts of the country on Monday. Jama Masjid Shahi Imam Sayyid Ahmed Bukhari announced that Eid Fitra will be celebrated on May 25th, as the moon was not visible on Saturday. One of the most significant festivals that is celebrated by the Muslim community around the world, Eid Fitra marks the end of the holy month of Ramadan, especially the month-long fasting from sunrise to sunset. Eid is being celebrated by the Muslims across the Middle East today amidst lockdown. Special Eid prayers were performed by people at home, and the custodians of 2 holy mosques and the ruler of the Saudi Arabia, King Salman bin Abdullah Aziz, on Saturday urged people to celebrate Eid at home in the face of pandemic. He appreciated all the residents of the kingdom for adhering to the rules of social separation during the Eid festivities. Mosques in the UAE broadcast the special Eid and the takbir before the Eid prayers during the entire month of Holy Ramadan. Mosques also UAE and Saudi remained closed. Meanwhile, in Afghanistan, the Taliban have announced a ceasefire with the Afghan government that will take effect when the Muslim festival of Eid al-Fitr begins on Sunday. Afghan President Ashraf Ghani welcomed the announcement and said that his soldiers would respect the terms of truce. The 3-day ceasefire is likely to raise hopes of a longer-term reduction in violence in the country. Domestic flight operations to commence tomorrow nationwide except the Maharashtra. West Bengal and the Tamil Nadu government proposes deferment of flights till 31st May. Other states announce quarantine norms for returnees. India to restart the international passenger flights before August. Railways to ferry 35 lakh more migrants workers to their homes within the next 10 days. Transport more than 46 lakh migrants laborers so far. Bookings commence for the 100 pairs of special trains to be run starting June 1st. Only 10 out of 200 trains booked to its full capacity, while 190 trains still have vacant seats. Relief and rescue operations continue in cyclone-affected West Bengal and Odisha. 10 additional NDRF teams reach West Bengal, taking total deployment to 36 teams across 6 districts. India continues to battle against COVID-19. Active cases reached 69,597, while 51,783 recoveries registered. However, fatalities stand at 3,720. Fight against COVID-19 continues across the globe. More than 52 lakh affected with the deadly virus. Death toll breaches 3,38,000 mark. Brazil is the second most affected nation after US. China declares no new case for first time. Eid Fitra to be celebrated on May 25th as moon could not be sighted on Saturday. Delhi's Jama Masjid Shahi Imam Sayyid Ahmad Bukhari urges devotees to take precautions and maintain social distancing. Stay away from shaking hands and hugging. And that was all in this edition. Thank you for being with us. Namaskar.